All right, you guys. So my name is Rachel. I have been with Monate for 4 years now. For those of you that don't know me, I am doing this call on leadership every Friday at 6 o'clock p.m. Just to basically touch on leadership and to help everyone become the leaders that we are meant to be and that we are here to be. So, um, the reason I'm doing this is because, we have these main pillars of our business, right? When we join this company, there's a few things that we do, right? So we sell products and we basically lead a sales team. So we need to know sales and we need to know leadership. We have to have a good mindset to be able to do all of these things together. So this is why I'm starting this series in the first place. So with leadership, you guys, and the reason I feel that I'm called to, talk about leadership is that I've always been that natural leader my entire life. I have been offered supervisor positions in management, and I have truly like led teams, in other jobs that I have worked. So I'm here to share everything that I have learned and that I am learning, and to grow with you guys, and ultimately, to help everyone become into the leaders that we are truly here to be. So, um, leadership is all about, who you are internally and ultimately leading by example. I mean, something that is really, really important is to lead with, integrity and be respectful and be that person that you wish that you had in a mentor and a leader. And I know we've probably all had an aspect on where we weren't led the right way, or we know that the way that we were being told to do something, or a poor manager, or just in any situation that we know wasn't right. And you might lose respect or whatever, and we're here to be the people that we wish that we had when we needed that person. So this is why leadership is so important, and to be that person that we desperately needed, because there's other people out there that don't know where to go, that they don't have that mentor or that leader. And being a mentor with this business is truly an option, but if you're on this call tonight, it's because you want to build a team and you want to be a good leader, and that's something that we really need in this business now more than ever. And I think that with all of us, coming together and being the leaders and truly setting the example and being the person that we need to, build a great business, you guys, like this business is all about duplication. Like we need to make sure that we are setting ourselves up for our team, so our team can now take what we are doing and duplicate that. And that's what it's all about. So leading by example, you guys, in this business specifically, you guys you should know, and this also, if you are telling your team to go do something, which I don't think that you should ever tell anybody, but like making assignments and whatever else that you have to do, like you have to make sure that you're doing that yourself. Because if you have a team and you're like, all right, well, go post on your story, go do this or do this, and they're not going to do it if you're not doing that. So you need to make sure that you're showing up for yourself, you're showing up on your stories, you're doing the things that we really require in daily leadership to make sure that your team is going to duplicate what you're doing. So again, like I think of I just I was in the restaurant industry for a very long time. So I think for me, like that's where I get a lot of my examples from. So like I never respected the people who would just point out, um, you know, like just say things to do like that. It's like that's a boss. Okay. Like a boss is somebody that tells you ultimately what to do. A leader is someone who literally shows you the way and helps you like on that same journey, that literally paves the way for you to go on the unfucking beaten path, right? And they are literally in the weeds clearing down the path for you guys, because and like that's who we are. That's what we do here. So when you guys are, building this leadership aspect of yourself, you have to build like respect and rapport, and like why is someone going to choose you to lead them? So when you are talking about this stuff on your stories, and talking about business partners, and obviously like building a team is one of the main ways to make money. I mean, obviously we have two ways to make money, right? We either sell products or we either lead a team. So we have to make sure that we are being that person who is showing the way, who is doing the things, doing the hard things and saying, hey, you guys, like I'm doing the hard things and I want you to be able to know that you can do this too. So we have to build that respect and build that rapport. So when you're talking about this stuff on your stories, you ultimately want to make sure that you are telling somebody why they should partner with you instead of going with someone else, right? Like we have Jack and we have like the other these top leaders, and you guys, we are the people that are more relatable at this, like, the if you're like a new girl, like you are so much more relatable than someone. I mean, even to me that's been in this business for 4 years, like if you're new, like you have so much more to be relatable on and like pave that leadership way. So to build rapport and build this, sense of, respect. And you have to basically know like where you're going. People will follow people who know where they're going and have a clear vision. And that's what leadership is all about. I mean, in my business and leadership with myself, like I truly do have this vision in my head and I see it every single day. I'm so clear on it and I know exactly who I'm talking to, who I want to attract, and why they should partner with me. Like you have to have this exact idea of ultimately who you want to lead, right? So, and I hear Ed Milet say all the time, and like these other, top podcasters that say you are the person most qualified to help who you were before. So if there's something that you have struggled with that you've overcome, talk about that, because that's leadership, you guys. Like someone else is going through this tough time and they don't know if they're the only ones going through it. They don't know how to. And if you have, I given like certain things people don't want to share on social media, which I totally understand, but there is someone out there who could use your help. And if you know how to get over something, and like just simple things, it could be literally anything, you guys, but just showing them that they're not alone and that, hey, like I have these tips and I have this that can help you, to be that leader, to pave the way, to say, hey, it's going to be okay, but we're going to get there together. So I just think that it's so important to know exactly where you're going and talk about that all the time, like why you're here, who you are here to help, and why and how you're going to help them. So um I've dealt with a lot of terrible management, and you guys, like the the reason I'm doing these calls is like I'll give you a little bit of backstory here. Um So I was with this company, well, this bit, I guess it's technically still a business, I guess, but I worked at a country club, and this country club has been going through the ringer. It's been literally a roller coaster. So I was there for 6 years, and I um really would work there all summer. I would dedicate my summers to this place. I loved it so much. I had, really great relationships with the staff and the members, and it was a private club too. So we had private members. So that's why I say members. And we just had this clubhouse. So I was there, for a little while, just started as a server. And then, I got more and more and I liked what I did. And then hard times came with the manager that we had. And at this point I was a bartender, I worked a lot. I was there pretty much every day. I was working from 10:30 to 8 p.m. Like I was working, I was hustling my ass off. And, I have this like natural leader that I feel, you know, makes more people feel comfortable. And then like, I don't have a problem with like telling people like, hey, can you do this for me? Or hey, can you do this for me? Or like, we'll do it together. Like that type of like leadership instead of bossing people around. So I applied for the management job when our previous GM went to the hospital, and I'm like, I'm already doing this job, right? Like I have been leading this team, and I applied for the job. I didn't even get an interview, you guys. I literally didn't even get an interview for the management position, and they chose somebody else. And I felt very betrayed, just like disrespected, and I truly don't know why they didn't go with me. And looking back now, everything happened for a reason, and there was a reason as to why I wasn't with that job. And it's because now this is where I'm supposed to be, leading my team and you guys now. I mean, like, and really tapping more into that leadership aspect and being the person that I truly know that I've been put on this earth to be. And leadership is something that we really do need in this world. And I'm not just saying in Monat, but I think it like everywhere. So with leadership, you guys, like it's so important to be the person that you like want to be, like, the influencers or like Jack, like you guys, like these freaking people are leading their teams because they know where they're going, and they had a vision and they got there, like, and they have people that trust in them to get them to that same place. So that's who we have to be. That's what we have to do here. And that is why leadership is truly so important, and knowing exactly where you're going and talking about that. So, if you guys have any questions too, I know there's some people like hopping on. So if you guys want to drop any questions that you have in the chat specifically about leadership, um, you know, go ahead and feel free to drop them in there. So when you are leading right now, in your business, just lost my train of thought. You said your favorite leadership podcast, John Maxwell. I love John Maxwell. Ed Milet's really good too. But ultimately, like John Maxwell is really someone that dove into leadership, like mainly. So he has amazing podcasts. He has really good books about leadership. He literally has both, and I really love that man. Like I have a few books that I've read already. He has literally so many. So if you need anything on leadership, you guys, like I highly recommend to go watch or listen to podcasts and or buy John Maxwell's books. They're really good, really informational, and he like breaks it down super easy. Super good. He's one of my favorites. I'll type him in the chat if you guys don't know who he is. And then so with this business, I lost my train of thought a little bit, but I have to like loop back around to what I was thinking. Oh my gosh, I literally don't remember right now. I think it was about leading our team. So again, like showing up as that leader that we truly need to be for our people, and like sharing our story and being the example, like who do you want to become? Who do you feel like you already are? And like share your journey, share the things that you have already dealt with that, you have felt like you've been a natural leader, or, you had this other aspect, or maybe you're not a leader yet and you want to be. And now you can share your journey and how you're becoming a leader, and how you like the things that you're going to do, the books you're going to read, the podcasts you're going to listen to. You want to share that journey that you're going through, because people will follow someone that knows where they're going. And if you're on your stories and you're saying, hey, like, like I want to be more of a leader and I want to do these things, then people are going to follow you and they'll be like, oh my God, like, this is actually really good. Like maybe they need that mentor. Maybe they need somebody to show them the way, and you're that person. And now just by sharing that type of content, and you're literally leading them, and you have no idea like the influence that you have on people. And I think that's so important to know that you guys have more influence than you might think you have. There's been times where I've posted a quote or a podcast or something, and someone's like, hey, like I really needed that today, like thank you so much for sharing that. So don't be afraid to share things. If you see a quote or like literally anything, you guys, like this leadership is more than just, team building and doing those type of things. It's truly living out the daily actions every single day, holding yourself to that high level of leader, like, of a leader. And, I mean, not everyone's going to follow you, right? But ultimately, I mean, I don't, like to bring in a lot of religion or anything like that, like whoever believes whatever. But I mean, like, if you guys think of like Jesus truly, like, you know how many people follow him, you guys? Like, which is, just to put it in perspective, like he literally, like Jesus and God, like that is like the like, I mean, leadership right there. And on the other aspect of that, which is like, I hate to say this example also, but freaking like, but Hitler, like this is I just say that because he literally, like, look what he did, you guys. Like people, what did he do? He literally led these people. He had a vision, a dream, as you can say, and he literally, like, these people were convinced. Like, so you have to be that strong in what you believe in, and don't be afraid to share it, because there are people out there who are going to follow you just for being who you are and sharing your journey, and knowing and feeling comfortable that you are going to help them with whatever they're going through, even if it's just mindset. If someone's having a bad day and you're sharing a post and you're consistently on your stories and sharing positive things, where people think that social media is such a negative mindset and a terrible place to be, and it's just so toxic and they have to get off of it, make sure that you are the one that's making it a positive environment. So that they know when they see your story, it's going to be something that's positive and they look forward to seeing that every day. I mean, I try to do that as much as I can and share, positive things, and some things I share just for myself to like make myself feel better. And I'll go through and I'll watch my story back myself. So literally just leading truly by example and building respect and rapport and being the person that we really have always needed in our lives, and never giving up, never quitting. You guys, leaders are the people that never give up. They have true grit and resilience, and they go every single day knowing that you might not get to where you want to be that day, but you're now 1% closer. You're now 1 day closer, 1 hour closer. And the more you go, the more you do, the more you build, the more confident you're going to be in yourself, and the more that other people are going to see that too. So what do you do to better yourself as a leader every day, and what should we do? So myself, every single day, you guys, I have this like morning routine, which this morning wasn't quite a routine because I was not up as early as I should have been. But every single morning I will, make a healthy breakfast, and I will listen to a podcast while I'm making my breakfast, getting myself ready. And then as I sit down to eat my breakfast, I'll read a book. I'm actually reading this book right now, called Clarity, and this is to clear your mind, better performance, and bigger results. So I literally will read like 10 pages a day as I'm like eating my breakfast, and just kind of like detaching from my phone. Also just being like the leader, like I'm, hyping up my chats, like I'm being that person. Like if you guys are in chats right now and they're not hype, or no one's talking or whatever, which like all my chats are pretty hype right now, so which I hope all of yours are too. But if they're not, be that person to inspire that action. Be the hype girl, be the person that's sharing your podcast, your mindset, whatever it is. Like, hey guys, how we doing? Like hype up the chat, like literally just be that person. And this reminds me kind of about what I forgot that I was going to say earlier, is to show up as the leader that you want to be already. If you want to be an SED in money in this business, then show up as an SED. Like I literally have a freaking sticky note that says, what would a director do, on my wall, because I need that reminder every single day. How is a director going to show up in their business today? This is why I'm hosting calls. Like I'm not an expert in all of these things, but I'm showing you guys, like I'm learning and I'm executing, and now I'm teaching what I'm learning. And that's exactly what a leader does. So I don't want you guys to feel like you're not qualified in doing any of this, because you have something that someone else can gain knowledge from. So start hosting calls. Like if you want to be a leader in this business, start hosting calls, start reading books, start bettering yourself in any aspect that you want to grow on. And then, like I said, for me with leadership, like that's something that I really wanted to grow and develop more of, where I felt my job was holding me back. So like, that's why I'm going all in with Monat, and I'm doing these calls, and I'm showing up every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 o'clock to show you guys that I want to be the leader, that I am that leader, and I'm showing up as that leader because I am going to be an SED one day, and I'm going to look back at these calls that I did, and I'm going to see that this literally, like looking back at this recording right now, I'm going to see my growth, and this is just going to be crazy because I'm showing up as the person that I already want to be. So I really want you guys to show up and be the person already, because you are already qualified. It's already inside of you. You just have to get it. You have to find it and bring it out. Like it's already inside. So just amplify that. Like I said, be the person that you truly, truly want to be, and you know that you are. So are there any books that you'd recommend? Yes, there's I think there's a couple of books that I do have from John Maxwell that are specifically on leadership. I have a couple right next to me. So I do recommend this Clarity book. This is a really good book too. Never Split the Difference. I love this book. This is really good for sales and just like, I mean, leadership in general. Let me grab a couple of my books because I literally have them right over here, and I'm not going to remember the actual title. There was one I loved so much. Oh, here we go. Here we go. You guys, I literally invest in my learning all the time. So these books right here, this freaking stack of books, which is another investment that Monat pays for that I just write off. So a little hack there, you guys. So this one is John Maxwell's The 16 Undeniable Laws of Communication. I love this book. It's really good for just personal things and obviously business as well. Another John Maxwell, this is what I'm saying, you guys. The Leader's Greatest Return. This is a huge one. And in this book, it really talks about with your leader, like seeing your team and like just the people that you lead, like do better than you and outperform, maybe not even outperform you, but like that's the goal, right? Like the people that I bring in this business, like I want them to do better than me, to know that I led them the right way, that they're getting results. So this is a really good read too. Atomic Habits is really good for leadership, and just daily habits in your life. This is James Clear. This is Protect Your Peace. I guess it's not mainly like leadership, but it is a really good book to read. And I mean, honestly, like I feel like it is everything, all these books that I have read and honestly have somehow dove into leadership too. I mean, even this one, the 5 love languages, this one is going to help you with your like with your people knowing like how they would like praise or like their true love language, because everyone's not the same, right? So I mean, it's just really does apply to all relationships and leadership in general. This one, John Maxwell, is The 360 Leader. This one I have yet to read, so I can't offer anything on that. But again, John Maxwell is like the guy. And then this is probably my favorite, which is Lydia Fenet, and this is The Most Powerful Woman in the Room Is You. I love this book so much. I'm gonna read it again. This is one of my all-time favorites. I like the paperback books. I like to read them like in physical form, but you can get all of these books, you know, on Amazon, or I'm pretty sure you can get them on like the Kindle too. I don't like to read off of it. I don't have one, but like I said, all of the paperback books. But you guys, like that is literally my all-time favorite. Like I love this one, knowing that and I'll end it on this one, is that knowing that leadership is influence. Okay. So when you walk into a room, people like you want this aura about you, which is this is what I've been told by a couple managers that I've had in the past, that when I walk into a room, people know that I'm in that room. Like I give this aura off that like, and it's not like a, you know, like a egotistic, like, you know, like I say this, I don't even know how to explain it. Like it's a good thing. Like people are comfortable, they know they're in good hands, and they know that like shit's gonna get done. Like I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but you know, just having that aura about you, that when you walk into the room, like you are the most powerful woman in the fucking room. Okay. Like you have to have that mindset. Like I am this boss bitch. Like I am this fucking person. Yeah. It's a big energy. Like knowing that you are the one that can get these people to where they want to go. It's all energy. Like literally that's exactly like tapping into your true intuition and your true self, and knowing that you're going to help these people get to where they want to go. So yes, big dick energy. I'm 100% for that. But yeah, you guys, I wanted to keep this short and sweet. I know, you know, it's you know, 4th of July weekend here, but I'm going to be doing these calls again every Friday. And so Monday is mindset, Wednesday is sales, and Friday is leadership, all at 6:00 p.m. So as I'm learning again, I'm just sharing what I'm learning. And if you guys have any other questions, like anything that you want me to specifically talk on, my Instagram, Amp just dropped it in the chat. Thank you. You guys can just send me any questions, anything that you want to learn more on. Because I want to know like what you guys want, like what do you need for leadership? Like what do you struggle with? What are you like good at? Because obviously, you know, in business, you guys, like with our teams, like we don't want everyone to have the same strength as us. We want our team to be able to work as a team and help each other out when, you know, like if my strength is leadership and someone else's, you know, products, like then we can work together, right? Or something different. I guess I couldn't think of a good example on that aspect, but or maybe like relationship building, maybe that's a better one. But yeah, you guys, like leadership is all about just giving energy and being that person. How do you fight imposter syndrome? Um, this is something that goes through, I think, everybody's head, to be honest with you. I mean, I know even some of the people like Ed Milet, he, thinks about this stuff all the time. Like, like, who am I to lead these people? Like, who am I to do that, right? Like, who am I to be an SED, right? Like, you just have to know that you are already that person. Like, there is just I use this example in my last call. There's a devil on your shoulder that's literally telling you, hey, like, you can't do this. Like, you're not, like, who the hell do you think you are? And you need to literally flick that guy off your shoulder, because you are already that person. You wouldn't be here in this business if you didn't think that you could do something of value and be somebody that you truly desire to be. And you have to just know in your true heart that, like, you are meant for more. Like, you can do this, you will do this. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and just literally doing the damn things. Discipline is the number one thing that's going to get you so far in life and business and just everything, because discipline doesn't work on emotion. It doesn't work on feelings or thoughts. It's literally just doing the do. Whereas Atomic Habits, like that book, like, you guys, like, knowing that you are truly that bitch, okay? Like, I say that because you are, like, you are already here, you're learning, you just have to get over that, because you are your biggest critic, and you are the one person that's going to hold you back the most. So I mean, I still fight with imposter syndrome sometimes too, like, but it's the social media, you guys. And I think when you have this imposter syndrome, that you're consuming too much and you're not creating enough. So you need to, like, like, if you're scrolling on social media and you're like, oh my God, like, I can't be like her, like, why am I not at this point? Like, everyone has to go through things on their own time frame and on their own journey. So if you're feeling like that, stop consuming and start creating literally right away. Be the person and share something that you have learned already. Be the person that is sharing the value, that's giving, like, that you're gaining a following, you're giving that influence, right? I know we say like influencers here, but content creators, whatever we are, whatever you want to call yourself. I call myself a leader because that's who I am. That's who I want to show up as. So get really in tune, like, with yourself on who you want to be, who you truly desire to be, and do not stop at anything to become that person. I mean, it's already inside of you. You just literally you have to like fight away these, think of it like a little, like having like a scythe, and you're like cutting through the cornfield, and you're just like knocking away all these bad things. And then all of a sudden there's this sunshine, and then you're looking in this reflection, and it's you, and you're this fucking goddess, and you have this aura and this energy, and you fucking made it. Like, you got there. And now you look behind you, and there's fucking thousands of people behind you that are following you because you led the fucking way. Like, you have to think of yourself as already that person, because there are people out there that need you in their life, that need you to show them the way, because they're not strong enough to do it. You are strong enough to say yes to this business, to get a little further, to do better in your life. And you have to know that people need you in their life. And I'm so fucking proud of you for saying yes to this opportunity and taking that first step, no matter how far you are in your business right now, because there are people that look up to you that think, I could never do that. Like, she's doing this, I could never do that. But you need to make them know that they can do it, and that they will be able to do whatever it is, even if it's not starting this business, even if it's starting their own business, or, leaving a toxic relationship, or leaving a toxic job, or moving across the country, like, whatever it is. Like, you guys have to know that there's someone that is out there that needs your knowledge, that needs your leadership. And you just have to know that you can do it. Like, you are going to do it. You already are that person. And I love this example that Ed Milet says, is that he, he's a believer in God and Jesus and everything. And he says, when I get to the door, that, heaven's gate, and I get to see what my life would have looked like, or how does he word it? He says, like, he says God's gonna play him a tape of what his life could have looked like if he would not have given into the negative, and he would have tapped into his ultimate true potential. And that's everything that you wish that you would have been, and you would have been able to do, but you didn't, because of a limiting belief or imposter syndrome or whatever it is. And I truly, like, I think about that shit every single day, because if I get to Heaven's Gate and I did not live the life that I truly set out to do and be, like, that is like that's my driving force. Like I don't want to get there and know that I left anything behind, or that I missed out on something because I just was too scared to do it. Like, you guys, this life is so short. We need to just truly tap into ourselves and believe and truly know that we were put on this earth for a reason, and everything that is happening for you, not to you. It's here to teach you something, and you're to teach that to other people, so know that they can get through it also. And yeah, the 5 regrets of dying, great book about that too. Like the 5 regret, or when you get to heaven. I just want you guys to know that you are here for a reason. You got on this call for a reason, and you know that you are meant to do great things and lead your team. You guys, like, everyone on this call is going to be a director. Okay. Like, I just want you guys to know that we are all going to be directors. We are all earning founder shares, and we are all becoming the leaders that we need in this business right now. Okay. So I won't keep you guys any longer. I really appreciate every single one of you being on this call and showing up for yourself and your business today. So take what you learned today, go teach it to your teams, go teach it, go talk about something on your story. I challenge you guys to go on your Instagram or whatever, form of social media that you use, TikTok, whatever, and go share something today that you got over, or something that you overcame, or just talk about the leadership. Like, hey, like, I just decided right now and today that I'm going to start showing up on my page more in leadership. So that's what you guys can expect from me. Be so clear and specific on what you guys want in your life and this business, and go talk about it, because people are going to follow you. So yes, let's go make that dream team, baby. I'm here for it. Thank you guys again so much for hopping on, and I will see you on Monday's motivation call at 6:00 p.m. Bye, guys.